we are in Donald, where there's a beehive in this wall. Because it's got the new stuff over the old stuff, we can't get a thermal reading from the outside, and something's preventing us getting a thermal reading from the inside. So it's quite an interesting one. The way this awning's built is preventing us from doing it from the outside. So I'll have to work from the inside. It's going to be interesting given I can hear the bees, but I can't get a thermal image from either wall. Okay, so we're inside now. I'm not getting a brilliant thermal image here either. It's getting a loud hum in the wall up there, a tiny thermal image in the corner, but there must be some sort of insulation, or it's the old type plaster that's got timber slats behind it and giving an air gap. So we've taken the windows off, gotten the mattress out, when I say windows off, the curtains off, and it's going to be a slow exploratory until we find the hive properly. We've got Tash outside. Hello Tash.
Hi.
So she's now world famous for my 15 subscribers.
Perfect.
So there we go. And yeah, we'll get in and see what we've got. Okay, so we had to cut a hole, obviously, to see if we could find where this hive was, and I'm not sure turning the camera upside down will work, so let's go in here. There we go. Okay, so there is the hive. It goes up above the skirting, but that's old skirting cornice. But that's old cornice, and I don't really want to cut that cornice. So we'll cut the plaster and the timber slats, you can see, up here, and use the bee vac, get the bees out, and then get the hive out. So there we go. It explains why there was such a small thermal image. It's just a really tiny hive, and they've all clustered up away from the wall, so we weren't getting the full complete picture, but at least we can now see what we're doing. Just got to pull out this piece of timber, and then we're nearly ready to get going. Okay, we've got our first frame. Haven't got the queen yet. You can tell by the sound of the bees, they're madly looking for her, but we'll quickly get the rest of it going and catch the queen so that the ones in the box settle down. This piece of comb has the queen on it, but I believe she's run around this side. Where have she gone? There she is. So there we go. There's the queen running around. So yeah, we'll now be able to, there's not much of a hive anymore. It looks like it was bigger, however it's been bad conditions between the rains and the floods and everything, so plants weren't producing enough nectar. Our quarantine apiary is flowering really well, so they should do well once they get to quarantine. So I've used the bee vac to vacuum up the bees into the hive box, off the windows. Both windows had some bees fly to them. Okay, and there's the cavity where they were. So I've got the huge majority. I can't see any more running around. So we'll leave the bee vac running just in case any foragers come back, but it's raining outside, so I'd be surprised if there's any out. We'll fill the cavity, and once the cavity's filled, we'll turn the bee vac off. Okay, and the hive's in there. I haven't put the queen in a queen clip because the hive's just too small to cage the queen and stop her for a couple of days. But I will be dropping them into a 4-frame nuke when we get back to quarantine, just because an 8 frame's too big for what we've got here. and you'll see the cavity they were in is filled up. So there we go, and it is going round. So it is done pretty darn good. Now it's pack up time. I got to the quarantine apiary too late last night to transfer these across, so we're back here now, moving these hives into a smaller frame. I've made some more sugar syrup because I've had run out feeding so many bees from the keeping bees alive during the flood times. But now we'll move these into a 4-frame nuke and nurse them along. So I've transferred them across. The bees had abandoned this frame, so they're just one frame of bees, but that's alright. We're putting the feeder lid on now, like so, and we'll put the sugar syrup into the box. So there we go, pretty much done.